welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have a lot to do, so let's just get into it. Okay, y'all, so for today, we are going to go through my budget, go through the paycheck, set up my new paycheck, stuff my wallet, saving challenge, sinking funds, and bills. We have so much to do. And I have to show you guys the April kits because they went live yesterday, and I want to make sure that I show them to you here in person so you can see what they're looking like in real time. If you are interested in seeing the April kits, make sure you stay to the end of the video. Okay, y'all, so for this last week, I was out of town the entire week. Today is Saturday, so when I'm on vacation, I don't worry about tracking like no spends and stuff like that. I just kind of focus on the whole budget, like was I under, was I over? So I used the money in my cash wallet last week to pay for things on the trip. So there's no tracking that I did this week as far as no spends and coffee, but I did have a self-care day. And as far as the trip was concerned, I was under budget. I think I gave myself $350 as far as what I would be spending on the trip. And I think I came in right at like $298. But for self-care, I did take some money out of one of my sinking funds, my car maintenance sinking fund actually, because I just didn't want to take it out of my bank account. So I am going to be putting that money back. So you guys know that I had a situation about 6 months ago, I guess, whenever it was my birthday, where like I just had this really bad spending spirit that took a hold of your girl, and I was just spending money left and right. I was taking money out of my sinking funds, which in my opinion is better than swiping a credit card. But I didn't put the money back. So because I didn't put it back, I had to pretty much build my sinking funds starting from zero. And I said that moving forward, I would not do that again. If I have to take money out of a sinking fund because I don't want to take it out of my online accounts, then I will intentionally put the money back if I took it out and it wasn't for its intended purpose. So this was an unplanned expense for this week, but I took it out of my sinking funds and I'm going to put that money back. Okay, so car maintenance is probably going to get pushed to the first week of March, just to give me a couple weeks to put that money back. Coming up for the next week, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bills due. So my car insurance, my Apple Music subscription, my Wi-Fi bill, and my taxes bill. Monday is President's Day, so post offices are closed. So if you have an order with me, especially if it's a sticker order, it's going to be shipping on the 20th. So I also have a conference next Friday. My plan for next Friday's video is to premiere it. So the conference doesn't start until 7:30. So I'm thinking if I can film my video early, like in the day, early in the morning, then I can just premiere it and it'll probably go live at like 6:30, 6:45, something like that. That is my plan because y'all know the last couple weeks, just like today, I've had to do a video on Saturday. But next Saturday, I actually have a birthday party to go to. One of my friends is turning 30. And I'm not gonna miss that. So I'm just going to have to premiere my video next Friday. For the dashboard page, we're moving along with that. For the budget page, I don't think I had any bills come out this past week that I need to, let's see. I did Netflix, and this bill did come out. McAfee came out. It was $162.36. So I put it down here with for my extra expenses section. I put my subscription. It came out I think on Valentine's Day, $162.36. For the trip, I budgeted $350. I spent $293 plus what I took out of my sinking funds for the massage. Okay, y'all, so I did actually go to the nail shop on the 13th. I didn't put that down, but I will. I do not have any hair appointments. Okay, it'll just have to cover the date. I don't have any hair appointments this month. I'm going to get my hair done next month. I haven't picked a date, and I probably need to go ahead and do that before her books fill up. But I will have a hair appointment next month. Okay, so now we'll move on to closing out Paycheck 2, setting up Paycheck 3. Okay, y'all, so this is Paycheck 2. So what we're gonna do is when I set my paychecks up, I always put the expected amount of money I'm expecting to spend personally and in cash for the week, and then I come back and do the actual. So these paycheck budgets do not include rent or tithes, and it doesn't include the business side of my budget. So just wanted to make sure I make that clear. Of course, you guys can use these like for your whole budget from start to finish, but I have to be a little bit strategic since my numbers get shown here on the internet in the public. So I'm just a little strategic with that. So this McAfee bill was $62.36. My cash envelopes, I did spend $378. So although only $293 was spent on the trip, I still bought groceries, and I still used my home envelope for incense or something. I know I got one for my car. I can't remember right now, but I spent the whole $378, but only $298 was for the trip. So I spent the whole $378. And the sinking funds got what I put in. So did my saving challenge. I didn't budget for extra expenses. Like, I didn't know that massage was coming up, so didn't budget for that. So that would be under unbudgeted. And that was $207. I'm gonna add my numbers up so we can see how much money we actually used this week. So $829.36. $829.36. And like I mentioned, this $207 came out of my car maintenance envelope, and I gotta put that back. So for the bills, I saved, I'm gonna do $163 minus $162.36, 64 cents. And then these are all the same because I spent what I put in. And then I am in the red, $207 for this week. $207. So I will do $207 minus 64 cents. I'm in the red this week by $206.36. So with that being said, I actually loved you guys giving me your updates last week about if you had a green week or if you had a red week. So you guys know last week was a green week for me, and clearly this week is a red week for me, but I'm working on putting that red back, so it's okay. So let me know in the comments, was week 2 for you a green week or was it a red week? Okay, y'all, so for Paycheck 3, I am going to budget $225 for bills this week. My cash envelopes are going to get $165. My sinking funds are going to get their $72 that they normally get, plus an additional $56 that I'm going to put back in my car maintenance fund. So we're at $128 for sinking funds today. My saving challenge is going to get $10, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. No extra expenses this week. My friend's birthday is coming up next Saturday, but her birthday gift will be on Paycheck 4. And then I don't budget for unbudgeted. Although I do like somebody, I can't remember who, I'm so sorry, but I know somebody gave me the idea of like they put like $50 aside in unbudgeted to like help out with that, because if not, then just like how I had to do this past week where like I wasn't expecting to get that massage, so it was unbudgeted, so I had to pull from a sinking fund. So that's a way to do it if you don't want to put money aside for unbudgeted, but that's actually something I'm interested in exploring in the future. Okay, so for this paycheck, we took out $528 to pay bills and some other personal expenses and saving challenges. So $528 is what I'm working with today. That is an additional $328. My weeks are usually more like $200 is like the bare minimum. That's like bottom of the barrel, like if I just had an absolute awful week financially, I should be able to make my life work for a week with $200. But that's like, I rarely only use that much. Okay, so moving on to the weekly check-in. So for this week, like I said, I used everything in my wallet. There is nothing left. So we will go ahead and fill all these categories in, and get myself nothing for that. So I am over budget, but like I said, the overage that I spent, it is money that I had. It's just more, I spent more money than what I budgeted for this month. So I would say that I probably didn't accurately budget for this month, because I didn't include my trip in my budget. I forgot to, but I just want to be transparent with you guys about that. So although I am $41 over budget, it's not like really over budget. It's that I incorrectly budgeted because I didn't include the trip. So yeah, but we'll go with what we have. So for gas, 135 minus 45 is 90. For groceries, 210 minus 70 is 140. For home, 60 minus 15 is 45. Eating out, 82 minus 25 is 57. Meds, I still have $40. And then 150 minus 112 is $38 left in beauty. For this week coming up, February 16th through the 22nd, I am going to give myself $10 for spending, $45 for gas, the normal amounts. Nothing else is going on this week that I need to put more money towards. 15 for home, 25 for eating out, and then medicine and beauty does not need anything. Okay, so for my expense tracking, I did not do that while I was on vacation. Just didn't want to, just being honest. But for this upcoming week, life is back to normal. I will be expense tracking this week, and then I'll be able to show you guys the update for next week's video. Okay, y'all, and here is a small glimpse of the kits. So y'all know I'm using this one for February, and I still have the Valentine's Day kits. March kits have been out for a little bit, and they've been, you guys are getting those out the door. I'm so excited that you guys were able to get your March kits earlier this year than last year. I will be using the honeybee kit for my March budget. I'm super excited about it. And then I have the butterfly kit, which is the kit that I used last year. And then you guys will see April at the end of the video. Okay, y'all, so let's go ahead and count the money. So 100, 50, 100, 150. Ooh, making mistakes. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33. Equals 528. And that's what we have here on our bank slip. Okay, so like I mentioned, I spent everything out of my wallet. I don't have anything left over. I might have some coins. I feel like I took it all out before I started this video, but I have some receipts. That's what it is. Okay, so this is my little, y'all know, y'all seen these before, my little rose gold sparkle binder wallet here. I really love to use these when I'm like traveling, or I'm bringing like smaller purses, and my croc wallets are a little bit too bulky for them. So, and then this little dashboard fly leaf just came from my black croc wallet. So the grid envelopes are now available in the shop in both sizes, A7 and A6. And there will be links down below in the description box to any products that you see, whether it's from me, my shop, Erin Condren, Amazon. I will have it all linked for you down below. So spending is getting 10. Gas is getting 45. Groceries is gonna get 70. Home is gonna get 15. And I include everything in my home envelope, even like my personal needs, like face wash, soap, stuff like that. I just put it all in my home envelope. So I usually give myself 15 every week because I usually always need something. If it's not for like the home or the kitchen or the bathroom, it's me. So, and I like to buy things. I never really have to buy a whole bunch of things in my home at once because I'm usually getting something every single week. So like I'll get soap this week, I'll get toilet paper next week. So I tend to not need a whole lot of money in home for that reason. Meds and beauty will not be getting anything. I did already take all of my coins out. I do have some receipts that I will scan into Fetch Rewards, which I just told my boyfriend about Fetch Rewards. He didn't know what it was, but I just told him about it. And yeah, I love telling people about Fetch. Nothing in the bank, and then, or going to the bank, and then those are my cards. I just like to keep this little pin in here. It doesn't fully fit, but I just think it's so cute because it's rose gold. And I got these pins from Amazon. Okay, now we will move on to the saving challenges. So we are in February. I'm going to stuff the 3 and the 4. February is, I think, our lowest month of the year as far as how much we save in this month. It's only $25. And yeah, so let's go 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where we are so far for the months of January and February. And so next week, is next week our last Friday of the month? I know you lying. I gotta look the calendar. Y'all don't tell me next week is the last Friday of February. Please don't tell me that. Because I'm usually the kind of person, like, I don't really like to harp on, like, oh, the time is going by so fast. Like, I'll just try to live my life. Like, I don't really want to just think about that. But that's going to be pretty shocking if next week is the last Friday of the month. And I feel like it is because I have 2 bubbles left. So I'll do those 2 next Friday. And then we'll move on to the rose gold binder, which this color is sold out, but I still do have some of the silver left. Okay, y'all, so today we are going to go ahead and color in the 3. I chose red this month. I'm gonna do yellow next month for coloring in the bubbles. I'm gonna try to coordinate. So I got these markers. These are wet erase markers, meaning the ink or whatever it's called has to get wet in order for it to come off. So it's not dry erase markers. And I got these from Amazon. They're linked in my storefront and they have a bunch of colors. So I'm trying to use a different color for every month just to, you know, get my usage out of them. So for the February envelope, we are adding $1 to $3. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is what we have in February. And then I think we just have one more 10 left. That is wild. February is almost over. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Then I was gone for a whole week, so I feel like that makes a big difference as well. Yeah, I just have 10 left. Okay, y'all, so now we'll move on to the bills. I went ahead and pulled my planner back out just so that everything is correct. We have like multiple bills due this week, so let's go to car insurance, which I'm wondering. Okay, yeah. So I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I am using my cash trackers this year in my bills binders to keep track of how much money I'm spending in bills a year. So 116 for month 2 for car insurance, and then we'll do 116 plus 116. Now the balance is 232. Ooh, child. Okay. 100, 15, 10, 15, and 16. So far, after this month, I've spent $232 in car insurance. It could be worse, so I'm not complaining. I just feel like seeing these amounts add up over the year is gonna be like, whoa. But I think it'll be good information, right? Because I feel like it'll really make you probably reconsider some bills or some subscriptions when you really see, like, in totality how much money you're spending, you know, on certain bills or expenses, and it might make you feel like, okay, maybe I could, all the money I'm spending on this, like, I could have saved that money, or I could have put that money toward a down payment or toward debt, or so that's kind of like my reasoning behind it, which is also why I'm tracking my coffees, just to see how much money I'm spending a year on coffee. Yeah. So now we are at $26 for Apple Music for the year. Wi-Fi. I paid Wi-Fi last month and I didn't mark it, so let me do that. 31, because sometimes when the bills come out before I can even get to my budget, I just don't worry about it, or I do the electronic transfer instead of pulling it out here in cash and doing a cash transfer. So another 31 will make 62. So 20, 30, and 1. And for debt, I'm doing my taxes right now, and I will pay this taxes bill off next month. I think I'm gonna only have like $100 and something left, so I'm like, yeah, let's just pay that off. So 130, and I have 50, 60, and 5. And then I made a new envelope for annual subscriptions as well. So I did go ahead and put that McAfee bill on there. And that's it for the bills binder. Okay, so moving on to my high priority binder. Starting with birthday, it is going to get $1. Today is the 16th. And that will put us at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. My wardrobe envelope, it is empty. I did use this money for clothes. So as far as me putting money back in the envelope, what day was that? Okay, that was on the 11th. So as far as me putting money back in the envelopes, like I said, I'm only putting money back in the envelopes if I didn't use it for its purpose. If I used it for its purpose, then I'm just gonna, rebuild it. Okay, so we're starting with 5, and we have a $5 bill. And I think I didn't like respond to everybody, that, or at least I tried to in my last video, because I went like out of town and I was like, you know, trying to get through that. So I am gonna try to go back to that video and respond to comments that I missed. But thank you guys for commenting. And so in April and May, we have 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. That's perfect. So April and May are just very busy months for me. So kind of how like we spend a lot of money, or we tend to spend more money like around for Christmas. So you'll see a lot of people have a Christmas sinking fund. Another 2 months of the year that I can tend to spend a little bit more money than I normally do is in these 2 months, because I have multiple birthdays in the months of April and May. Outings is going to also get 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. So yeah. And I use my trackers to help me reconcile my budgets at the end of the month. So usually at the end of the month, I'll play a YouTube video or something, and I'll go through each of my trackers to see how much money I put in that sinking fund for the month, and just add it up to see if it adds up to what I put in my budget for the month. So I go through every envelope, look at the dates, whatever amount applies to, I stuffed it in February, I calculate that up, add it all up, and then at the end of the month I'll put, okay, did I put 288? Did I put less? Did I put more? And put that here to help reconcile the budget. Okay, so car maintenance is going to get 20. It is going to get the 20 plus the 56 that I'm putting back in there to help me put that amount back. So 20 plus 56 is 76. And I didn't spend it today. I spent it yesterday, actually, $215 on a Friday. So that was yesterday. Put $215. And we're putting in 76. So 50, 70, 5, and 6. So we have 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239. Miscellaneous is going to get $2. Today is the 16th. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So for the massage, I did pay for me and my boyfriend to get one because his back had been hurting him. And y'all know I have mentioned or talked about my massage therapist plenty of times on my channel. So he was like, his back was really giving him problems. And I was like, you gotta go see her. Like, she is gonna get you together. Now, it hurts for a few days after you get it. It doesn't, you know, you can feel relief right away sometimes, but sometimes it takes a few days. And that's kind of my experience with her. I'm usually still in pain for the first couple days after the massage, and then like by the 3rd or 4th day, it's like the pain is gone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And so, yeah, she used the Chinese cups on him. She did the deep tissue massage. What else did she do? She did a few things on him, actually. I was recording some of it so that he could see. And so I did pay for that for us. So I hope that it works out for him in the next couple days. 50, 70, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 99, 100. I want to put this money in the bank for my baby and put a placeholder in here for her, and so that her money can start getting some interest. She's gonna be 3 years old in April. I'm so excited. And then savings, which used to be medical, is going to get a 5. For $20. And that is it for this binder. I'm gonna put these envelopes and grab the low priority binder. So car tags is going to be getting $2. We're almost at 40, just not bad. 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Next is electronics, which I have been considering changing this envelope to something else. My original vision for this envelope is not what is, like what it's really turning out to be. I think I want to change this to like future or something like that. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I was watching a reel on Instagram of the Budget Mom, and she was saying that like her and her family went to like the melting pot. It's like really popular, and I don't know if it's like, I mean, not to be racist at all. Like, y'all know me, I love everybody, but it is what it is. I don't really hear like black people talking about the melting pot. I don't know. So I don't know if it's, if it's not really a thing for us. I just I never hear my friends talk about it, but I will hear like people on social media of like other races talk about it. I don't know. It's not really a thing for us. I don't hear anybody in my community talking about it, my cultural community. So I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I have no idea. But I hear other people talking about it, and so I'm interested. Okay, 1,215. And I hope that didn't offend anybody, because that was not my intended purpose. But I don't think we're the only ones that say stuff like that. Like, like, cultures are different, right? Like, we know that. It's not a secret. And I'm like, I don't hear any, like, of my family members or any, talking about the melting pot, but I've heard people of other cultures talk about it. And so I'm interested in it. I love different cultures. I don't know if it's a certain food that they sell there. Like, if you've ever been, let me know. But yes, I am all for trying new things. But anyway, that wasn't the point. The point was, she talked about, like, she spent like $400 at the melting pot, 34, 36, 38, and 40. And like, people were messaging her and was like, I would never spend that much money. Like, just, y'all know how people can be, especially on the internet. They make everything about them. Like, she's sharing something about her. This has nothing to do. She's just sharing what she did. But hey, I guess, some people feel like you put yourself out there on the internet, that's what you welcome yourself to, and that is very true. But I'm yet and still an advocate for, when we really just mind our own business, the blessings come. But, she was heavily criticized for spending that much money at the melting pot. But she was saying, like, y'all, like, I had a sinking fund. Like, I saved money all year for Valentine's Day to spend it on Valentine's Day. Like, that's what a sinking fund is for. And I can't even say I would spend that much money at the melting pot. I don't know what the rave is about it because I've never been. I probably wouldn't spend that much money if I could help it. But I don't criticize anybody else. Like, it's your money. You work hard for it. You do, you know, what you want to do with it. I'm interested in seeing what the melting pot is all about. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So if y'all have ever been to the melting pot, how was your experience? Is it really expensive? Is it really nice? Like, is it the food is great? I've never even Googled the melting pot. So I'm completely unaware as to what that experience is like. But I'm thinking about maybe changing that electronics envelope to Valentine's Day or something pertaining to dates. Like, I know a lot of people get envelopes that say date nights or get sinking funds that say date nights. So I might be doing something like that. We'll see. 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 34. Okay, y'all. So, that is going to be it for the cash stuffing. You guys know my budget is my lifeline. So now let's go ahead and look at the April kits. I will work on putting the April kits in stock tomorrow and Monday, and then start filling April kit orders on Tuesday. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you if you stayed this far. I'm hoping and praying that if you are trying out the sticker method this year, that you are enjoying it. I am hoping and praying that it is bringing an element of excitement and fun to your budgets that can help you stay consistent with your budget. Stickers are totally a hobby. It's not a necessity, but it is a hobby that helps better your life. A lot of people use stickers to keep up with planning and things they have going on in their lives. And then it translated over into the budgeting world. So I am in love with this method. I've been using it for about 3 years now, and I don't plan on stopping because it makes me excited about my budget every single month. I love decorating my planner, so I truly hope that if you are trying this method out this year, I hope that you're enjoying it. So I hope to see you guys next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.